That's why we won't back down, we won't run and hide. Yeah, 'cause these are the things that we can't deny. I'm passing over you like a satellite. So catch me if I fall.
Hey, welcome to Half the Battle. Say, I think it's time that we got back to the cartoon series. And we're also going back to the jungle for a weird tale called Satellite Down.
We start off with a spy satellite, up, and orbiting the Earth at, well... No, really, look at that thing go!
I have notes.
The fastest satellites we have orbit the Earth in 90 minutes, going about 5 miles per second. This thing does this in 6 seconds, meaning that it's traveling at 4,675 miles per second. To put that in perspective, that's about 1/40th of light speed and about 1,000 times faster than the fastest spacecraft man has ever launched. Then Cobra takes control of the thing and it goes even faster. I don't even want to begin calculating the speed here.
I know that this is some intense nitpicking for something that's essentially on screen for 10 seconds, but you know what? If I didn't nitpick, then I wouldn't have a show.
Anyway, the Joes can't get control back, so they deorbit the satellite. And for my sanity's sake, I'm gonna assume that they do a controlled slowed down descent. Because otherwise, a thing of that size, assuming it doesn't burn up in the atmosphere, would impact with the force of roughly 17 Hiroshima bombs. The thing lands in Africa relatively unscathed, so the race to retrieve it is on. The landing site is in an unexplored, mysterious part of Africa, but the Joes have Spirit and Dusty in the area, who discuss an old expedition that went in there, but only one man survived it. A guy named Macintosh, who is now a recluse. They spot a building on fire and Storm Shadow fleeing the scene.
I felt your presence, Spirit.
And now you shall feel my wrath.
Okay, I feel this requires some explanation.
One of the greatest rivalries ever in G.I. Joe was between Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes. It was all over the comics. It was even a focus of the first live-action movie. It was ingrained with the fans. So, for the cartoon series, the great rivalry was between Spirit and Storm Shadow. They did this because, well, I have no freaking idea. Near as I can figure, they thought a completely mute character wouldn't be compelling enough, so they replaced Snake Eyes with Spirit. Because he's mystical and crap too, I guess. I think the cartoon accidentally invented the whole versus phenomenon here, like pirates versus ninjas, starting with ninjas versus Indians. Before we can get to the epic and weird as hell confrontation, they hear that somebody is still trapped in the building, so Spirit runs in.
He pulled some of that ninja hocus pocus on me.
Yeah, ninja hocus pocus my ass there, buddy. You just have the reflexes of a really lethargic snail. In between commercial breaks, the Joes have gotten reinforcements, and the old hobo they rescued turned out to be Macintosh. Not sure if he's supposed to be the apple guy or the apple guy. He tells them that the area is filled with primords, mythical creatures from prehistoric times.
Oh, this should be fun!
Lady J confirms that she's never seen the Temple of Doom, with predictable results when they come under attack from Cobra.
For trouble bubbles.
I hate high places.
This conveniently puts Spirit and Lady J on their own, and coincidentally on the path to the satellite. Unfortunately, so is Storm Shadow.
I sense an extremely disturbing presence, Commander.
I sense something, a presence I've not felt since...
I'm honestly not sure here if he's talking about Spirit or the Primords, or Obi-Wan Kenobi. They of course soon run into each other and have their epic confrontation. only to get immediately interrupted by the Primords.
Primords. But we need no worry. They're only mythical.
Yeah, get used to that, folks. It's never explained why Storm Shadow and Spirit are mortal enemies, and they never get any resolution either.
They all get captured, and even the freaking eagle gets taken out. Peter's gonna be pissed. Meanwhile, Flint is getting antsy.
Sorry, Dusty. I guess I'm worried about Lady J.
It's okay. We all are.
Yeah, but I'm the one sleeping with her.
It's okay. We all are.
Looks like our heroes are in for some good old-fashioned human sacrificing.
I'll get to it.
The Primords have found the satellite and are worshipping it as a god. Because of course they are. Primitives, being under control and at the whim of a soulless machine.
Oh, sorry, I gotta go check my Twitter real quick. And my Facebook.
So, of course, Lady J is picked to be killed first, since we need to have a damsel in distress, it seems. You know, usually the cartoon is better than this. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. Meanwhile, the other Joes have found Spirit's bird, and like all animals on TV, the eagle knows just how to help by showing them the way. As Lady J gets out of the death trap, thanks to the damn eagle again, Spirit and Storm Shadow join forces against the ape creatures. And they do fight together, for about a minute, and several of the Primords apparently fall to their deaths during the fight. Guess the nobody ever dies rule only applies to full humans, huh? The alliance is short-lived, however, as Storm Shadow attacks the tribe's children. Since Lady J objects to this, he does the logical thing. Cause a rock slide that will kill all the children, the Joes, and possibly himself.
Truly a ninja master.
Fortunately for everybody involved, the cavalry arrives and sorts out the problem. By shooting at it. Shooting at falling rocks.
Oh, violence. Is there any problem you can't solve?
Flint then gives Lady J the angriest hug I've ever seen. Since the Joes saved the children, they're all friends now, of course. And let's all quickly forget the whole human sacrifice thing. At night, Storm Shadow attempts to steal the satellite, but now Cobra has to contend with both the Joe team and an angry bunch of man-apes. Cobra, with all their lasers, helicopters, and superior technology, are of course no match for some rocks and pointy sticks. And this is beginning to look like some kind of cross between Planet of the Apes and Battlefield Earth. During the whole fracas, the satellite gets dropped and breaks into 1,000 pieces. But at least Cobra gets defeated, so no score draw?
No sweat, Lady J. All the data is safely inside these computer chips.
That thing was probably worth millions of dollars.
And the episode ends on a humorous note. Since they accidentally destroyed the god of the Primords, the Joes have left them with a replacement.
I just hope they're happy with the replacement we left them.
And I hope they won't decide to worship it.
Do not fear. The Primords are creatures of nature. They will know what to do with it.
And it turns out the replacement is a TV set. A TV set showing a commercial. A TV set showing a commercial that they promptly destroy.
Hypocrisy! No, seriously, did a cartoon made to sell toys just try to lecture me on the evils of commercial television? Because that takes some balls, my friends.
So that was Satellite Down. Overall, I'd say this was an average episode. It was a simple story on a smaller scale than usual. The fate of the world didn't hang in the balance, and the focus was just on a few characters. Having said that, it really wasn't that memorable. Except for, well...
Yeah, let's talk about the depiction of the Primord, shall we?
I mean, we are seeing a primitive tribe of ape-like creatures in the middle of Africa. So, is this racist?
To steal a phrase, short answer yes with an if, long answer no with a but.
I mean, yes, it is racist if the writer's intention was to have the Primords be an allegory for Africans, but I don't think it was. For one thing, though it is set in Africa, the tribe seems to be more loosely based on South American ancient tribes, what with the headgear of the chief and the human sacrifice thing. On the other hand, we have to take death of the author into consideration. Put simply, this is the theory that writer's intent isn't the be-all and end-all of a work. One of the most famous examples comes from Lord of the Rings. Tolkien has categorically stated that the story is not an allegory for World War I, but people still interpret it that way, and they consider this interpretation to be just as valid as Tolkien's own. The same principle could be applied here. Even though I don't think the Primords were meant to be racist, either towards Africans or native South Americans, they can certainly be interpreted that way, with some validity. My conclusion here is that it's really in the eye of the beholder.
Wait, did I just get all analytical and crap? No. Bad critic! Bad critic! Bad dummy! Make more fart jokes! See you next week, everybody.
That's why we want